EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. Cody Parkey now ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the City Beautiful. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Here we go. Run. Run.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Let's go, 26.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Moving backwards on first down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on second down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play call, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
Here we go. Sliding.
On second down, Elliott. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
3rd and long for Prescott. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. The quick feet by Jackson. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing here, Trubisky, and that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it, and this one winds up no good.
The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
How about going and telling your defense, thank you?
Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Eddie Goldman able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Here we go. Wide angle. Here we go. 47. 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. Looking and finding Allen Hurns. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to about the 22 here. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here we go. Wide angle. 26.
Prescott now on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 23.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Play action. Now Trubisky. Completion left side to Miller. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis back with you as it's Bears football here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They go play action here on 1st down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
26. 26.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off. because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Play action now. Prescott. He finds Hearns left side. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
There we go. 180. Here we go. Get that. Let's go. Get out. Get out. Here we go. 46. 46.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, it's Trubisky. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Allen Robinson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Bears are in for 6. And he'll bang that one through. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Leaping over him. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. And now here come the Cowboys. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a 1st down. Two minutes to go here in the 1st half. Back to the booth right after this.
Here we go.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when you clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He'll rifle this one deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Allen Hurns, 62 yards. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Miller. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27. A couple of 1st downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Throw left side complete. It's Burton. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. On 1st down, Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. Sharp there with his feet. Gets him a little extra space. And then drop just inside the 20. 7 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They go play action. Trubisky. He'll buy some time right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Anthony Miller in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Bears are in for 6.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the half, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had...
It's caught inside the 25. Trubisky hitting Robinson for a big one, 57 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Lock in, lock in.
Again, it's Howard. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. From back at the 8 now after the false start, another try at first and goal. Handoff to the fullback, Burton. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up second and goal.
Good solid gain on first down, about what you'd expect from the big guy carrying the ball.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They come out here in the eye.
Got three. 3 down. We're go. Let's go. Lock in.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Jordan Howard, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bears will add on to their lead. And his kick is right through. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Prescott from the gun. This is caught by Hurns. Had the nifty footwork, but only able to get it to his own 20. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. And he's been one of their few bright spots here this afternoon.
And as you pointed out, so far he's gotten his. That's not been the issue at all. But the teammates, the other guys, they've been shut down. That's why the defensive guys have to feel pretty good, even though he's over 100 yards.
Yeah, he topped 100 with that last catch. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is brought in at the 21. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
On first down, they run with Howard. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. From the gun on third down, it's Trubisky. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cohen, and he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They give him 12 yards and a first down. Play action. It's Trubisky. They'll roll him out right. And it's caught. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Anthony Miller, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears will extend their lead. And his kick is good. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he probably should have stayed in the end zone, as he'll muster a return up to only the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Well, you had the punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. Cooper was the intended target.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
Looking deep downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pick up there, 26 yards. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the... And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Khalil Mack in there to get him for a loss of a yard, and it'll bring up third down. On third down, it's Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now Prescott on fourth down. And that is going to be incomplete. Jason Garrett might be wanting to reconsider the decision to go for it there. And the Bears will get the football back. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people would think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
Stop. 180.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run, and just lost track, and it cost him.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. They run play action for Howard. Now Trubisky. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 45. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Here we go. 180. 26.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Welcome back live to Orlando. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Here we go.
10th carry now for Elliott. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Here we go. 46. 46.
3rd and long for Prescott. And now here is another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Trubisky with the give to Howard. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Jordan Howard with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bears turn that interception into a touchdown. Parkey adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, look at the juke. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And out now come the Cowboys. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side. And my goodness, another interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
They go with Howard again. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
He'll get it up the middle, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They'll give it to him up the middle. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming. On the handoff, this is Howard. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
How about the fellas with the stars on the side of their helmets rising up on defense? We always hear about the Cowboys' rushing offense. Their rush defense is pretty good as well, I think, because they're so cohesive. Defensive line, linebackers really work well together.
And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. They gave it to him in search of his 3rd touchdown, but he's denied. And this Cowboy defense comes up with a goal line stand. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Prescott. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep him.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Cooper was the target there. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Now Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. They go play action with Trubisky. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. This is caught inside the 15. And he's way down into Dallas territory inside the Cowboy 15. Explosion plays always break the back of a defense. In overtime to put him in the red zone, that was huge.
I like your description there because when you get an explosion play, now people are really scrambling on defense. Now they're looking to each other. Who's going to step up? Who's going to make a play? Offensive guys have the momentum. Now they're in the red zone. They've got to be thinking attack, trying to get it into the end zone.